Today we're coming at you from Saratoga Springs, and it's the final weekend of the Belmont Spring Series, and it finishes up with the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks for 3-year-old fillies. And while the leader of the division, Rachel Alexandra, has been pointed in another direction, most explicitly the Haskell Stakes at Monmouth Park, the race does come up with a pretty decent field. There's eight top-class fillies in the race, and I'm here with John Roselli, a thorough fan, to put some perspective on how it might be run. John, I know there's a couple of fillies in here at a short price that you're not too enamored with, and that might create a betting opportunity down the line. Let's start with Funny Moon. What do you think of her chances, and why don't you particularly care for her?
As I look at her past performances, I note that all of her good races have come on a wet track, which is probably not going to be the case, and that she's never raced beyond a mile. The jump from a mile to 10 furlongs, the lack of a wet track, the outside post, and the lack of demonstrated class has me taking a pass, although she's 5-2 in the morning line, maybe based on her buyers, which have come against weaker competition. Another horse I'm not thrilled with at short odds is Casanova Move. She's 4-1 on the morning line. But while she does fit from a class and even a trip angle, we'll discuss the trips in a little while, this is a filly who I have never seen make up ground in the last furlong or in the stretch, and that's something for me is just a killer. This horse does not finish strong enough. I'd love to use her underneath, and I will be using her in the vertical exotics, but to me she has almost no chance of winning.
John, we've talked about how synthetic surfaces add an additional layer of complexity to the handicapping game. Today we've got Winning Ride switching over from synthetic to a dirt surface. Do you think this actually might be a positive move for Winning Ride in this particular instance?
Some horses react very well to that, and I think she could well be one of them. Based on her breeding, she's by Candy Rod, who certainly has sired a lot of horses who perform well on synthetic, but he was also, if you remember his brief, stellar career, a great runner on dirt at a root of ground. So I think the 10 furlongs here is really going to be a tremendous help. And I think while I do have some question whether she can make the transition from synthetic to dirt, I think there's a good shot she can, and at 8-1, I might be willing to pay to find out. Another horse I really like in here at really good odds is Devotee, 12-1, and there's no way she's going to go off at 12-1, but she's probably going to go off at a good price. Her efforts at races over a mile are tremendous. Her form's a little hidden because of the time she spent in Dubai.
John, Devotee's probably going to run into some quality speed on the front end in the name of Livin' Lovin'. Do you think Livin' Lovin' is going to justify what is going to probably be a fairly short price on her?
She is going from the inside. She has the best speed in here, which is fantastic. I mean, she missed the break in her last race. You have to forgive that. That won't happen again. I think she's going to be challenged by Devotee at some point. If they're not going to go neck for neck down the backstretch, I think she'll at least be feeling the pressure, and she's going to have to prove that she has the class to go fast early and go fast late. She is a birdstone. She's bred for 10 furlongs. I don't think there's any question she can get the trip. She's going to have a good route, a good trip in terms of how the race unfolds for her coming from the pole, and I wouldn't at all scoff at anyone who thinks she can win. I think she will justify her 3-1 odds. But the other horse that I think has a tremendous chance in here and should be a little better price is HighTap. She has been going shorter against lesser, it's true, but she's been handling it with the kind of aplomb that you see in a horse who can stretch out, as her breeding certainly shows she can stretch out, and a horse with the class to handle the jump from Grade 3 company to this Grade 1 company. She's switching to Edgar Prado in here. I mean, nothing against Sean Bridgmahan, but Edgar Prado is a step up. She is absolutely bred for the distance, and she's going to get a perfect stalking trip. So those are all things that I love to see, and I think HighTap has the best chance of it.